Hey guys, welcome back to episode 3 of my Out of the Park Baseball 23 fictional series with the San Jose North Stars. And the North Stars, your North Stars, even the people who that told me they weren't running with the North Stars, those are your North Stars. Finished 77 and 85. We had a very good August, 19 and 8, 12 and 14 in September, 14 and 14 between September and October. So 33 and 22 over the last 55 games of the year as some of our young players started to develop. We ended up with one of the best pitching staffs in the league. Our offense picked it up a little bit, but we still struggled. So we'll look at our stats. We'll look at the team stats. I think maybe we go... we'll just go team by team really quickly once we're done, because ultimately I'm playing as a North Star, so we're gonna focus on the North Stars, but we will go through and we will look at everything. So from an offensive perspective, Kevin Price is our elite defensive shortstop who's showing some ability with the stick as well. Didn't hit for a super high average, but 40 doubles, 18 home runs. Put up 3.5 WAR with a 75 OPS plus. Guillermo Soto was our number 3 overall pick. Started slow because he was injured. Came on strong at the end of the season. Aaron Campbell, really a defensive guy. Ken McCray, we picked up midway through the season, and he hit pretty well. Hit for some power. 9 home runs in 49 games for us. Benito Mejia led the team in doubles with 49. Slightly above average with the bat. Craig Hunt played way more than he should have, got exposed, but still put up over a WAR, stole one more, stole 24 bases. Hunter McLean came in, did a nice job as the DH/second baseman. Danny McMahon struggled a bit, but he's still young, still only 23 years old, still has some room to grow. Guillermo Guzman, the power came on over the course of the season, ended up leading the team in home runs and RBIs. And then you've got the rest of the team there. Sincata was somebody we brought in at the deadline as well. It looks like he has an okay bat, hit pretty well for us. Pitching is really where it's at for the North Stars, though, led by 22-year-old Heath Brace. Just 11 and 11, but 223 innings pitched, struck out 215, had an ERA of 3. BABIP of 287, 134 ERA plus 322 FIP was really, really good. Josh Patello was our quote-unquote ace just because of his age. Pitched 181 innings. 4.42 ERA, not great. But the 405 FIP tells me he is he's pretty good. Rick Beaumont, another kid, 23-year-old, really average down the board. I mean, although the stuff and the control have spiked here a little bit. Number 53 prospect in baseball. He pitched 190 innings. Ricardo Estrada, another kid, control guy. Throws 100 miles an hour, was 10 and 12, but ultimately he was okay. And Antonio Soto, did we have a 5th pitcher on the injury list? Yeah, Kenny Trogdon, another 23-year-old. He got hurt a bunch, but yeah. So our pitching staff is really very good. We have the number 4 prospect in baseball in Francisco Sandoval. He's out for the year, though. He's out for another 8 or 9 months. So he'll be back middle of next season. Hopefully his ratings don't fall off. I mean, he could be just an amazing pitcher if everything works out. Roberto Napoles is our top hitting prospect, number 15 in the game. Hit really well in rookie ball. And David Arroyo, who we also picked in the draft. So we've got some pretty high-end prospects as well. So let's take a look at the standings, and then we'll just go team by team. So in the Eastern Conference, the Northeast, which is Montreal, who we're going to change here. They're gonna move to Quebec here this offseason, so I got to remember to do that. The Toronto Clowns, the Boston Navigators, and the Buffalo Slayers. The Gulls won that division by a game over Toronto. Toronto did make the postseason at an 83 and 79 mark. So the Gulls, middle of the pack offensively, middle of the pack defensively. Looks like their offense led by their shortstop, Troy Rice, 27-year-old who had 28 home runs. Billy Gardner, 310 batting average, but he's 37 years old. The Toronto Clowns, and you guys can pause this at any point in time, obviously. The Toronto Clowns getting it done with the bat. They got 3, 4, 5 mashers. David Tafoya, Toby Smith, Ricky Petrone, just absolutely crushing the baseball. Freddie Paz, really solid starter, 18 and 9 with a 3.41 ERA. The Navigators, really good pitching staff, can't hit the ball, kind of like us. Offensively led by Frank Harrow. Their pitching staff led by Jose Ruiz. Won 15 games, but doesn't look that good. I guess Scott Summers is probably their best pitcher. A couple of pitchers that are injured, including this guy, Bruce Pay. And then the Slayers bringing up the rear at 72 and 90. Mario Bueno, 51 home runs, 122 runs knocked in. They can't pitch. That is their problem. Although Willie Rivera, 3.21 ERA, 242 Ks, looks pretty good. In the Gulf Division, the Dallas Silverhawks, 93 and 69. New Orleans Bulldogs, 89 and 73. The Miami Sparks, 74 and 88. And the Atlanta Seals, 68 and 94. Silverhawks get it done with a good combination of pitching and hitting. Walt Boynton, we've looked at him before. 355 home runs, 140 runs knocked in. Harry Boyette led their pitching staff, 16 and 13. Doug House with 18 wins as a 26-year-old. The Bulldogs. Humberto Uranga, the highest scoring offense in the Eastern Conference. They do have some injuries here, but Uranga looks like a pretty damn good player. Bill East, 21 and 7 for Bill East, the number 16 overall pick, led the league in WAR. The Miami Sparks had some power, second in the league in home runs. You can see Schaefer, Sanzo, and Lon all provided some pop. Their pitching staff, not particularly good. Their bullpen was fantastic. Khalil Reddick, one of the best closers in the game, but their starting pitching not good. And the Atlanta Seals can't pitch or can't hit and can't really pitch. Zachary Hayward, 37 and 101 to lead them. Pitching staff not particularly solid. They got a couple of young pitchers there, but that's about it. From here we go to the Border Division, which is the Leon Beacons, were the cream of the Eastern Conference crop with a 98 and 64 mark. The Juarez Royals make the wild card spot at 85 and 77. Tijuana Hops at 81 and 81, and the Chihuahua Dust Devils bringing up the rear at 67 and 95. So the Beacons do it all. They pitch, they hit. They are a force to be reckoned with. 291 home runs for the Beacons. They had 8 players in their starting lineup with at least 20 home runs. What does their ballpark look like? Yeah, okay. Well, there you go. They are playing, they're in a retractable roof grass stadium that just is a home run hitter's dream. John Hamelick, 13 and 15. Kyle Charles, 15 and 7. The Juarez Royals, 85 and 77. Above average offense, above average pitching, leads to an 85 and 77 mark. Tim Fieser, 15 and 7. Brendan Myers, 46 and 106. The Tijuana Hops finishing at 500. 7th. That's literally middle of the pack offensively and defensively. 3 players with 20 home runs. Not much going on from a pitching staff perspective. Yeah. And the Dust Devils. Can't pitch, can't hit. They did 2 30 home run hitters in Kyler Karasek and Jonathan Perez. Keith Callahan, their leading winner with 12 wins. So now we take a look at the West. First in the Pacific Northwest, the Edmonton War Dogs, 92 and 70. The San Francisco Tritons, 85 and 77. The Winnipeg Ghosts, 80 and 82. And the Vancouver Saints finished 67 and 95. So the War Dogs, great pitching, first in ERA, 4th in runs scored. Looks like they've suffered some injuries. Mike Fiorito, 23-year-old, looks pretty good. Aaron Garcia, is he another? Yeah, 12 and 9. Pitched 175 innings, so they're down a couple of their big starters here for the postseason. Wayne Folo, their big bat. The Tritons at 85 and 77, 3rd in hitting, 2nd in runs scored. 7th in home runs, very balanced. They had 9 players with at least 9, and Danny Espinoza, their winning pitcher, 23-year-old, 15 and 8, 367. The Winnipeg Ghosts, middle of the pack offensively and pitching, led offensively by Jimmy Simpson. This 35 home runs and 105 runs knocked in. Patrick Lawrence, 32 home runs. Paul Jackson, 17 and 7, another young stud in the Americas. And the Vancouver Saints, can't pitch, can't hit. Their offense was BAD bad. Dan Everett, their leading home run hitter, but only hit 241. Dallas Thiessen, probably their best pitcher, 14 and 16 with a 3.72 earned run average. Rocky Mountain Division, we've already looked at the North Stars. The Wings finished 99 and 63 with the best record in the league. The Denver Wreckers at 69 and 93, and the Phoenix Deputies at 66 and 96. So the Wings, best offense, second best pitching staff. They are the team to beat coming out of the Western Conference this season. Adam Strohaker hit 338, David Hicks 325, 18 home runs, 103 runs knocked in. Bobby Salazar won 17 games. Very good team. The Wreckers, slightly below average, both with the glove or with the bat and on the mound. Matthew Wright, 14 and 6, a 28-year-old with great stuff, led the league in strikeouts. A couple of guys with 23/24 home runs. Seth Thorlickson, that's a name. I like that name. And the Phoenix Deputies, again, can't pitch or can't hit and really can't pitch. Justin Card, I guess their best starter, 12 and 18. Kevin Woodward maybe. Yeah, not a good pitching staff. Danny Arena, very good player. He was their first round pick, the 10th overall, but he's 35 years old. So things could be rough for the Deputies as we go forward. They do have Joe Thomas, who was the number 2 pick in the draft. We almost took him, but we didn't. And finally, the Great Plains Division, won by the Omaha Fire at 94 and 68. The Flint Arrows, 91 and 71, make the playoffs along with the Chicago Privateers, 82 and 80, and then the Kansas City Generals bringing up the rear at 70 and 92. Omaha Fire, 94 and 68, with only the 5th best offense and 6th best pitching staff. So they hit a lot of home runs. And they mashed their way to victory. Mike Morey, 39 home runs. Beauchene, 34. And a couple of pitchers down. But Neil Peace looks like he's pretty good. The Flint Arrows, 2nd best offense, 5th best starters ERA. Russ Volpe, 310, 46 and 130. Although he is 39 years old, so you have to wonder how much more time he's going to get. Chris Nunnally is also 39, so a couple of elder statesmen here for the Arrows. Sal Vaca, another elder statesman at 34. So the Flint Arrows went heavy into the veterans. Privateers at 82 and 80. A lot of injuries. Above average offense, below average pitching staff. Willie Doherty, 32 and 111 for them. And the Kansas City Generals at 70 and 92. Can't pitch, can't hit. So they got Brian Worthington and Andy Cargill leading the way offensively, and then Luis Zuniga, really good, 17 and 11, 3.22 ERA for the 29-year-old. So that's how things look across the board. So it is time, I think, for the postseason. So let's go ahead and sim. Let's sim to the end of the postseason. So the Bulldog, Kenny Trogdon's eligible to come off the DL. So the Beacons, the Bulldogs, the Gulls, the Silverhawks, the Arrows, and the Fire out west. And So the Bulldogs beat the Royals, and the Gulls beat the Clowns in the wild card series out east, out east, and then out west. The Arrows defeated the Tritons. The Privateers defeated the War Dogs. The top 2 seeds the 2 top wild card teams in the West both lose. The Arrows get past the Wings in 5. So the Flint Arrows surprise the 99-win Las Vegas Wings. The Omaha Fire take out the Privateers in 4. The Gulls defeat the Dallas Silverhawks 3-1. The Beacons currently up 2-0 on the Gulls, though. So we'll see if the Gulls can keep their Cinderella season alive. And they do. So the Montreal Gulls, trailing the Beacons 2-0, take out the Beacons in 7. The Omaha Fire end the dream of the Flint Arrows. And our first ever ABL Championship Series has the Montreal Gulls taking on the Omaha Fire. So Game 1 goes to the Fire, 7-6. Game 2 also goes to the Fire, 5-1. So the Gulls down 2-0 again, looking to make some hay north of the border. Nope, the Fire win Game 3, 3-0, and Game 4 goes to the Omaha Fire. So the Omaha Fire are your 2022 World Series champions, the first champions of the American Baseball Association. And that is going to take us to the offseason. So, new budget. We have a payroll of $70 million, so we've got a lot of money. We can't put any money into development because our owner is a dipshit. We're going to bump scouting up to $12 million. Wow, can I not? What's the maximum? It's killing me, man. Also, the maximum is $11 million. Okay, so I guess that's what we're putting into it. Yeah, this is killing me. But we still have plenty of money for free agency, which is nice. We are going to need some bats for sure. Pitching staff's in pretty good shape. I'm not too concerned about it. We might want to bring in a little more depth. But I think overall our pitching staff is fine. We just need to improve the offense here. So if we take a quick look, I'm going to pause here in a minute. So season goals. What does he want us to do? Don't suck completely, upgrade in right field, acquire a Gold Glove winner, increase attendance, make playoffs in the next 6 seasons, and improve staff cohesion. Prospect list, we have number 4, Francisco Sandoval. We have, that's it. All right. So if there's anything you guys want me to look at, let me know. I will be happy to take a look at any particular team more in depth. But we're going to pause real quick, and when we come back, we will get on with the offseason. Hang tight. Okay, it is the offseason. That means it's time for arbitration and all the fun stuff that goes along with it. So I don't know how any of these players are ARB eligible, frankly, given that the league was just created, but somehow they are. So we're just going to roll with it. We're not going to offer him a comp pick. We're not going to do anything with any of those guys. We are, however, going to take a look at our... okay, so Botello wants an extension, which is fine, but we will take a look at that at the end. So Road wants 1.8. Offer him a contract. We have 3 catchers. Alanis is not really all that good, so we're just going to withdraw that. Argules we will bring back. And then McRae, obviously, we'll bring back too. He wants $4 million, but... he's good defensively. I think it's probably worth it. So let's just offer him a $4 million on the nose. Save a couple $1,000,000 there. Mejia, bring him back at 2-3. McMahon, yeah, he's only 23 years old, so we're going to bring him back. And I think we bring Sincata back too, just because he's only 24. He's not interested in discussing. Okay, so what do we do with Botello? He's well known. He was pretty good last year. I don't know that I want to sign him to a super long-term deal. He only wants 6, so maybe we can do 4. Okay. I mean, that seems reasonable. 1.5 and then 10.6, and then 2 team options at 11 and 12. I don't know that I like that buyout amount. Okay, he's fine with that. So 1.5 million, 10.6, 11, and then 12 each of those years with a $1.5 million buyout. We don't need to do much from a trade perspective. I think I just want to see what's available in free agency and then go from there. My guess... I was going to say we need a closer, but I don't like that guy. Walt Boynton is available. There are some names available in free agency for sure. We can either afford, maybe 1 really, really good player or 2 average-ish players. I mean, I have my eyes set right now on Walt Boynton. I mean, I'd be crazy not to. Angelo Sanzo, very good defensive player in the outfield. I mean, can he play? Can Mejia? Mejia can play left. So, I mean, maybe we move Mejia to left. I mean, the only position that I think we are set at, I think we're good at short, we're good at second, and we're good in center. Our center fielder's currently hurt. Although, maybe he plays right. Maybe he's better as a right fielder. I think he is. So if we make Villegas a right fielder... But he's 31, and we'll get there. I mean, we'll get there, and we'll take a look. So let's go ahead and let's sim ahead. So we don't get a fan interest bump. We get a fan interest bump for Mejia, which is nice. But that was, I thought we'd get one for Botello too, but we didn't. So our fan interest is a 53 right now. I am going to raise ticket prices to $22.75, so $1.25. So it's like a 5% raise or something. See if we can start to generate some additional income. Oh, it's 11%. Okay. So Gold Glove in the Eastern Conference. You can see Angel Contreras, Steve Hurley, Joe Hoffman, Omar Cortez, Juan Gonzalez at third, Dave Rolone, Brendan Myers, Humberto Aranga, Nick Zell, and in the West, got Ben McDonald, Ken McCrae of your North Stars, Chris Hurd, Juan Espinoza, J.J. Brosman, Kevin Price, no surprise there, Jim Mayer, Omar Gutierrez, and Craig Hunt wins the Gold Glove out in right field, which, again, not a surprise, but he's so bad with the bat that it's almost not worth it. Reliever of the year in the Eastern Conference, Khalil Reddick. Talked about him. And in the Western Conference, Randy Claypole of the World Series champion Omaha Fire. Silver Slugger Awards. I can't imagine we had anybody there. Eastern Conference. Some familiar names. Walt Boynton on there. Oliver Borey with a 362 batting average. Holy smokes. Angelo Sanzo, who's up for free agency this year at age 31. And out west, my phone is just going absolutely ridiculous over here. Bob Amador, Wayne Folo, Mike Morey, Wally Flores. Nobody from your North Stars, but some big names. Russ Volpe, that's a huge season at age 39. Let's see who they claim is the Rookie of the Year. Heath Brace finishes second behind Huynh Dai of the War Dogs. It's a bit of a surprise. 4.8 WAR out of him, 5.6 out of Brace. Okay, if you say so. Ian Crenshaw wins it out in the East for Leon. Manager of the Year is Ernie Jamnik of the Dallas Silverhawks. And out west, Phil Ryan of the champion Fire. Your pitcher of the year in the Eastern Conference, Bill East for the Bulldogs. No surprise, 21-7. And out west, Ben McDaniel wins it with his 14-13, 3.26 ERA. And Heath Brace finishes second. So great career ahead of one young Heath Brace. And our MVPs in the Eastern Conference, Toby Smith of the Clowns. No surprise, Walt Boynton finishes second. And out west, Ernie Byers of the Privateers with 57 home runs, 120 runs knocked in for the 37-year-old, nicknamed Reach for the Privateers. So let's go ahead and get up to free agency. And then I'm going to pause again, and then we're going to get to free agency. So Chikata makes 1.5. Let's get to free agency, and here we go. So I will be back, guys, in just a second, and we will get to free agency and see what we can do about making our team just a little bit better. All right, we're back. It's time for free agency, and we're going to jump right in. And I'm going to take it, like, I'm not going to take free agency slowly, but I do want to kind of see where some of the bigger names land, so that'll be kind of something that we take a look at. So we get to the offseason, and we have $36 million to spend. So, I think, I don't really know what it is I'm looking for. We sent Jeremy Anderson away at the end, or at the trade deadline a year ago. He went to Kansas City and looked okay for the Generals. Offensively is our biggest need, right? I mean, that's the place where we need the most help. I mean, I think we might be able to add some pitching depth for not a lot of money. There seems to be some names in here that aren't uber expensive. We could bring Bianco back. But our main target is going to be offensively. This is where we need the most help. I don't know that we're going to be able to sign any of the players that we want to sign. There are some pretty big dollar amounts being thrown around here. I guess first looking to see if there are any value-added type players. Cheap, in other words. My phone keeps beeping. It's still beeping, 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 beeping. Yeah, I mean, I said previously that I thought we might be able to make a run at one of the top guys or two kind of below average guys, and I don't know that to be the case. We may only be able to take a shot at one of these two players. I mean, I think Sanzo fits our team a bit better. But Boynton is just an absolute monster. So what does he want? Oof, 9 years, $412 million. He wants 7 years, $280. So I wonder if, can we get this down to 5? Can we do like 35, 37.5, and then go like, does this interest you at all? It does. So 35, 37, 40, 38, 35. That takes him till he's 36. Oops, it's not what I wanted to do. Because now I'm going to have to no, I don't have to reoffer it. Okay, so the player option in the last year. My hope is that this allows us to be better and it increases fan interest, in which, then more fans come out, we make more money, our budgets increase, and we can sort of repeat next season. I mean, that's a huge contract. Can we remove the no trade clause? I mean, if he's willing... Okay, so he's willing to take that too. So let's go with this. I don't want to piss him off too much. Let's offer him this 5-year contract for $175 million and see what that does for us. It means we won't be able to do much else, but if that's our big free agent signing this year, I am good with that. So let's just sim ahead a week, and we'll see if there are any signings made across the league. All right, Villegas is back. All right, so did anybody sign? Not yet. All right, so let's go ahead another week. So we signed Angelo Sanzo to a 5-year, $175 million contract. It's going to pay him $33 million, $35.5, $38, then $36, then $33. It's a huge contract. Fan interest goes from a 53 to a 63. We still have $28 million for next season. But that's also assuming our owner, like, I hate our owner. Like, he's controlling and meddling. So, like, I can't do anything with it here. But we pick up Angelo Sanzo. So now our lineup is a whole lot deeper. We have our center fielder. Hopefully the ratings don't drop, and he is locked down for us. We don't really have any contracts to trade off. We want to keep Mejia. Botello's making 10. Maybe Botello is a contract that we can move. I mean, that's a next year thing, but get a 21-year-old closer. No, I don't want veterans. Let's look at... Just look at starters. I mean, if I can find a starter that's just as good as him, that is not going to cost us $10 million next season. Ben McCauley. Let's just look at all players. I mean, I don't have to trade him. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Chris Thomas looks... I mean, we need a bullpen arm, but he's a free agent after next season. Doesn't really help. I mean, he's only making 2... I mean, this might be the kind of bullpen arm that... Yeah, I mean, we can trade him for... I mean, any number of 3-star players. Hunt, I'd like to keep just because of the glove. Guzman, I want to keep because of the bat. Beagle could move into the starting rotation if we trade them Botello. And it's trading a Botello this year only saves us $1 million, right? I don't know that it's necessary to move him yet. So can I trade him for something else? Something maybe that we have a lot of. We have a lot of average defense, outfielders. Campbell, Rodney LaChance. Sure, you want Velasquez? I will trade you Chris Thomas for Aaron Campbell and Alex Velasquez. Absolutely. How much will you retain? Okay, cool. We can get them to retain 70 or 80% or something. Yep, Seabury, that's fine. Okay, they retain 85%. So we move Campbell, who is a pretty good defensive player, but again, we've got plenty of good defensive players who can't hit. So we'll trade Aaron Campbell, Alex Velasquez, and Mike Seabury to the Miami Sparks in exchange for Chris Thomas. So we improve our bullpen there. Now let's take a look and see if any other free agent signings have been made. Bill East signed a new contract with the Flint. Oh, he signed with the Flint Arrows. Wow. So Bill East goes from New Orleans to Flint. He was 21-7 a year ago. He rejected the qualifying offer. 6-year, $189 million contract with the Flint Arrows. They pick up the reigning Cy Young Award winner, 21-7. Good for 7 WAR a year ago. So only 2 deals have been signed, but they are both mammoth contracts. So 6 years, $189 million for Bill East. 5 years, $175 for Angelo Sanzo. So, yeah, we improved our bullpen and we improved our lineup on the first day of free agency. So I think our pitching staff is good. I think we can basically leave it alone. And I don't know that there are really any other changes I want to make to the lineup. So we get Villegas in there. So let's clear this. So our catcher's Ken McRae. He signed to a reasonable contract, $4 million or something. First baseman is Mejia. Second baseman is Soto. Shortstop is Price. Third base is McMahon. That is a position we could look to upgrade if we can find a better option. But right now we're left field Guzman, center field Sanzo, right field Villegas. Excuse me. And then our DH is a combination of players. Maybe Sincata against lefties, and maybe we stick Hunt in right field and let Guzman be the designated hitter. So we could use a third baseman. So let's see if there are any third basemen. We only have $3 million or something, yeah. So I mean, we don't have any money for next season right now either because we just spent it all. But hopefully the fan interest bump will be enough, and that will generate some additional people into our stadium next season. Really just looking for somebody I can afford. Johnny O'Connor. Paniagua's not bad, but he wants $8 million. That's not something I can afford right now. So let's get a scouting report on him. Maybe that number comes down. All right, let's sim ahead to the winter meetings, and we'll take a look at any other free agent signings that took place. All right, so Paniagua's down to 6.5 now, so that's good. So that number's dropping. Still nothing here yet. Let's go to the off-season center. So what do we got? We got Aaron Garcia, 35-year-old, but had a good season with Edmonton. He signs with Miami, 12-9 a year ago. Ryan Worthington, 4.6 WAR with Kansas City last year. Signs with the Dallas Silverhawks, so the rich get richer there. Harry Boyette, 31-year-old, leaves Dallas, goes to Miami. So Miami making a couple of splashes in their starting rotation this year. Christian Anderson leaves Chicago for Dallas. So Dallas making a splash, trying to rebound after a disappointing end to their season. And Flint signs Walt Boynton as well. So the Flint Arrows loading up in the inaugural offseason as they sign both Bill East and Walt Boynton. Probably the best pitcher and the best hitter in the draft. Both end up in Michigan with the 91-71 Flint Arrows. This is going to be a team to be reckoned with next season. Wow. All right. Not a whole lot we can do since we spent most of our money. I wouldn't mind bringing in someone like Scott Hunt. I mean, he's 43 years old, but Javier Madrid, just obnoxiously good. Khalil Reddick, these guys are all going to be free agents, right? Yeah. Yeah, not a whole lot for us to do. He's good as a 41-year-old. We may have to make some decisions next year. Botello may have to go next season. And we still have a lot of young talent, and maybe McRae as well. Argules is good defensively, can't really hit, but I would rather not pay McRae $7 million next season, so we'll see what happens there. Let's just sim ahead. Not a whole lot we can do. Let's get to the end of the winter meetings and see what happens. right. Any other major signings? Jason Johnson with the Miami Sparks. So Miami really making some changes here. A couple of big-time pitchers. They bring in a very good defensive third baseman who has a little bit of pop in his bat. Talked about Garcia, and we are at the winter meetings. Let's go up to the Rule 5. All right, so we're at the Rule 5. Gotta send a text message real quick. All right, so Galib bin Naji signs a deal with Winnipeg. Do we have anybody that needs to be on our 40-man? No, I don't care about any of those players. There's probably not going to be anybody any good in the Rule 5 right now, just given how the game works. So we'll take a look. Yeah. Rule 5 is going to be a big old nothing burger here in year number 1. So we're just going to go ahead and autocomplete. All right. So let's go back and see what do we have with that third baseman. Is he still listed? He is. We're up to high on him now. I can't afford $6.5 million. So we got to see if that number comes down a little bit. Still a couple of big names out there. Terry Ziegler, 37 years old, fractured elbow, but hit 369 a year ago. Billy Gardner, team looking for a bit cheaper option. Patrick Lawrence had a great year for Vancouver and Winnipeg. Sam Heru, 35 home runs for Buffalo last season. Let's go ahead and sim another week. And let's go back to the offseason center. So Terry Ziegler signs with the Privateers. Leaves Flint, goes to the Privateers. He hit 369 a year ago for the Arrows. Now a Privateer. Fan favorite. Let's go ahead another week. Lawrence Bulger signs a $38 million contract. Nothing major there. Yeah, so this is what I was hoping. The revenue per game is spiked, so that should get us a bump in budget, even at when we get to the preseason. So he's still there. He still wants 6.5. I can't give you 6.5. I can give you 3.4. Right? Is that what I can give you? Okay, so you'll take $3.4 million. In fact, I'll give you a Major League contract at 3.4. Will you take a Major League contract at 3? You will. Okay. High adaptability, high work ethic, high intelligence. Let's let the scouting report finish first, just to make sure we know what we're looking at. Paniagua, he really wants to sign with us. Let's wait and see. Hopefully he doesn't sign with anybody. So scouting is very high. He's not going to hit for a super high average, but he is going to hit for some power. So he'll take $2.5 million. And then we will have him as a, we'll have his ARB numbers after that. So Heru signs with Winnipeg. Let's go back and let's find the last contract that we saw. So Patrick Lawrence was the last big one. So Sam Heru signs as a left fielder with the Winnipeg Ghosts after spending last season in Buffalo. He was really, really bad at shortstop, so Winnipeg moving him to left field makes a lot of sense. All right, let's move forward again. Any news on our third baseman? It's still pending. Okay. Any additional major signings? Antonio Santos, a 37-year-old. He was an international guy, I believe. Or was he hurt all year? Did he get hurt? Yeah. He was drafted in the 5th round by Miami last season. Missed 11 months, missed the whole season, signed a deal with the Wreckers. And then Manuel Cencion led the league in saves a year ago, signs contract with the Bulldogs. All right, so Paniagua doesn't like the 2.5. Whoa, Kansas City throwing some money around. Okay. Do I want to give him that much? I mean, I can't give him that much. That's the issue. I can give you 3-4. Yeah, I can't give him that. All right, so we're not going to get Paniagua. That's kind of disappointing. But we still have $3 million to give to somebody to play third base for us. He looks like he'd be fun. Home run power, good eye and discipline. When you put up a 720 OPS and hit a $196. Very good defensively, but can't hit. Same thing with Benton Davis. I mean, third base is really the only position, and even that, like even third base, we're not in terrible shape. I mean, McNann's not awful. Got decent home run power, decent eye and discipline. The contact's fine. He's only 23 years old. We have other players that can fill in, like Osorio's better defensively. The bat's not going to be quite as good. McLean is better defensively. The bat's not going to be as good. So we have other options. So maybe we just take this right to the preseason and see if our owner gives us a budget increase. We're on the 12th here. Let's just get up to preseason, and then we'll take a look at what sorts of deals were made at that point. So right now, the Flint Arrows looking like the team to beat in the West. He didn't give us a salary bump, and he dropped our player development and our amateur free agent budget. You suck, man. How old is he? Is he gonna die soon? He's 51. No. All right. Well, just make do with what we have. Let's look at the offseason center. Trying to go back to the last deal I remember seeing. It was around here somewhere. So Jared Herbst signs with the Phoenix Deputies. $14 million contract after hitting about .310 between two teams a year ago. Ken Field signs a 3-year contract with Kansas City. J.J. Brosnan signs a deal with Denver. Yeah, it was here. These were the last ones we left at. I'm shocked that we didn't get a budget increase given the way our offseason went. Oh, this is gonna kill me. He's understanding, meddling. Like, I just want this to change. Like, be controlling with the finances. I don't care, but don't be like. I don't know how we get better without any money at all. Maybe our owner can get Nancy Kerrigan. That would be nice. All right, preseason. Oh, I got to change a couple things. So I have to change Montreal to the Quebec Nordiques. And I have to change their logo. In fact, let me do that right now if I can find it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Somebody posted in the Discord with a cool looking logo, and I just need to find it. Is it here? Yep, it was. Okay. Let's put that right there. And I have to move it. So hang on just a second. You guys are going to do this with me. So we are going to copy this, and we are going to dump it in here, and here, and here. And it's going to go right there. So now I can come in here, and we can go to Quebec. And we can go to modify colors and uniforms. Go to logos, select. And we have a new logo, so we can now auto load. It should auto change the colors. I think I may need to select that as well. What is going on here, guys? Oh, do I have to put it here as well? What are we doing with the colors, guys, here? What are we doing? This is supposed to do this automatically. You guys are making me nuts. Does that change it? No. All right, well, that's fine. So red and blue, but like a light blue, right? That's purple. It's like a grayish blue, like up here somewhere, about there. Let's see if that changes it. It doesn't. All right, I'm going to screw around with this. You guys don't see the logo anyway, so who cares? But I am going to mess around with it. So Montreal has moved to Quebec. They've become the Nordiques. It's preseason. Let's get up. Oh, I also wanted to change the draft date. So we're going to put it on July 11th, just like it is in the other games. Let's go. Player development. Yeah, our player development's gonna suffer because our owner's a dipshit. That's the hand I was dealt, though. So part of me wants to change it, part of me doesn't want to change it because that's the hand I was dealt. But at the same time, it's like, you're killing me here. All right, so Billy Gardner signs with the Navigators on a 3-year, $44 million contract, presumably to be their leadoff hitter. Christian Pena signs with the Deputies. Zachary Hayward gets $71 million from the Sparks, who just continue to throw money around. Andrew Alexander, the last big free agent catcher on the market, goes to the Juarez Royals. Jason Crane with a big contract from Boston leaves Winnipeg, goes to the Navigators Signs a $20 million contract over 6 years. Put up 4 wins last season. 5 years. No, wait a second. Where was he? 6 years, $152 million. That is a big contract. All right, so we got anything left that we want to look at from a free agency perspective? We have $2.5 million to spend. I mean, we may as well spend every penny of it, right? Since our owner is a tool bag. I think I'd rather hang on to it in case we need to make a move during the season, because in theory, as people come in, okay, so revenue per game is yeah, I mean, oh, that's the wrong team. I was going to say, our fan interest up to an 83. Look at us. Who are we? We are San Jose. Yeah, 63. So hopefully our revenue per game goes up and people come in and he puts more money into development, because that's going to suck if he doesn't. So we will we'll let the AI set this. We'll put Beagle in, I guess, and then just set the bullpen. We'll let the AI set our lineup. It's really going to start Hunt, huh? Going to bench Guzman, are you? Okay, that's one way to go about doing it. So let's sim the preseason. More player development. Again, players getting worse because our owner won't spend money in player development. Beaumont drops to 2.5 star. Trogdon stays at 3.5. Mejia gets better. Villegas gets worse. That's concerning. Oh, boy. Yeah, he's going the wrong direction. Oof. All right, let's sim ahead a month. McLean is out for a week. Really, I think all we need is a league average offense. If we can have a league average offense with our pitching staff, I think we're going to be okay. But again, more drops from players that we're going to be relying on. I try not to pay too much attention to it in spring training, because you get some pretty drastic changes. But Joe Nerio built a drone. Good for him. League didn't like that. All right, so we are at opening day. So we got 32 players, 16 pitchers. We got to send 3 pitchers to the minors. Oh, Kenny Baugh will go to the minors. Can it just be 1, 2, 3? Yep. All right, so Beagle will come out. So I think Heath Brace is our opening day starter this year. Trogdon is our 3. Estrada's our 4. Where's Beaumont our 4? I think Beaumont's our 4 because he's a little more consistent. 50-50-50 to me. It's better than 50-40-65, I think. And we'll see. I don't know. Chris Thomas is our closer. Chad Adams and Austin Rowe is our setup men. It's fine. We'll go high leverage and high leverage. Beagle will be middle relief. And then we have 29, so we got to send 3 players down. Neil Rudman, Chris Glidewell, and it's got to be Gilliam, right? I think so. All right, so now we will set our lineup. All right, so Sanzo is our number 3. Or is Sanzo our leadoff hitter? Get 38 home runs. We got to have him in the middle of the lineup. Soto our 2, Villegas our leadoff. Mejia? Who bats cleanup then? I don't know if I like that. Yeah, I don't like that. I think we go lefty-lefty. Guzman in right field. No. Him in right, him in left. That's what we're going to do. Then we go McMahon at third. Catcher in DH. So he can DH against lefties, but against righties, I think we put Hunt in right field. Villegas in left. Guzman is the DH. I think we do that. Let's copy this. And put him in as the DH. He'll play left. He'll play right. Move Guzman up. Mejia can bat fifth. Yeah, our offense still not great. I'm going to do something like that. That works. All right, let's get to opening day. And we will come back with opening day in just a minute. Hang tight. Guys, here's the bottom of the ninth inning. I forgot to hit record because I'm a dum-dum. But we are in the bottom of the ninth inning, and we have a 3-run lead. We scored 4 in the bottom of the inning. Our new closer, Chris Thomas, is in. Gives up a leadoff single. And then gives up a single to Tom Marcus. So back-to-back hits here in the ninth inning. 1-2 pitch to Spinelli. Going to be a pop-up to left. 1 away. 2-0 pitch to Shelton. That's going to get down for a hit. A runner hits third. He is going to stay there. So the tying run is on base. The winning run, or the lead run, is at the plate in Jim Graham. He strikes out. And the 2-2 pitch now to the final batter. And Nose swings and misses. And we win on opening day. We win 7-4. We come from behind. We put up 4 in the 8th. And we win on opening day. Much different than last season. Sanzo goes 2 for 3. He homers. Mejia hit a 2-run homer in the first. Sanzo's home run was a solo shot. Price and McMahon each with RBIs. Sincata with an RBI. Botello goes 8. Gives up 7 hits, 4 runs. 1 walk, strikes out 5. Thomas comes and gives up 3 hits but gets the save. And we emerge victorious on opening day. So that is going to do it, guys. When we come back, it'll be May 1st. When we come back, though, may be a little while. It could be 2 weeks from today. I'm not entirely sure what my schedule looks like. I'm recording this like a week in advance. This is coming out on Friday. It's currently Monday. So I'm going to get this thing recorded, get this thing posted on Friday. I don't know that I'm going to have time next week to get anything posted. So I'm going to record as much as I possibly can this week so that I can have some content for next week, but we will see how it goes. So at any rate, guys, this is episode number 3. So as always, drop the video a like, subscribe, leave a comment for the algorithm, join the Discord. I'll leave that below. Thanks for watching. I appreciate everybody's support. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.